You can spend like 8 hours rapidly clearing out your inbox, firing off messages, and ticking boxes on a tracker, all while producing zero actual value.
Yeah, producing absolutely nothing of substance.
Right. We've all perfected this art of looking relentlessly busy, mostly just to mask the fact that we haven't done any real thinking. So today, our deep dive is cutting right through that illusion using Cal Newport's deep work.
He's a Georgetown computer science professor, right?
Exactly. And he famously avoids social media entirely. His whole premise is that protecting your capacity to think is the ultimate competitive advantage right now.
Well, the contrast he draws there isn't just about task priority. I mean, it's really about cognitive friction. Shallow work doesn't require your full cognitive engagement.
It's just the logistical stuff.
Right, the distracted logistical tasks.
Right.
But deep work that pushes your brain to its absolute limits. And in a knowledge economy, that distraction-free concentration is literally the only thing that produces rare, valuable output.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. Because shallow work feels to me like merely treading water, while deep work is actually swimming across the channel. But is deep work really that rare?
It is incredibly rare now, and that brings us to the core paradox of our era. The economy heavily rewards that complex thinking, yet our workplace tools...
Phones, the endless notifications.
Exactly. The tools are systematically designed to destroy our focus. The people who win in this environment are those who forcefully isolate their attention. Look at David Heinemeier Hansson.
Oh, the guy who built the Ruby on Rails programming framework.
Yeah, him. He didn't achieve that through endless grinding or answering messages all day. He engineered massive, untouchable blocks of absolute focus.
I mean, I've tried doing that, just telling myself, I'll focus harder today.
We all do that.
Right, but without a rigid system, the brain just defaults to the path of least resistance. So do we have to hide in the woods to get this done?
Not necessarily. Newport outlines 4 philosophies for this, and they aren't just schedules, they are cognitive boundaries. You have the monastic approach, which is total isolation.
Which sounds a bit extreme for most people.
Well, sure. Then there's the bimodal approach. That's where you vanish for weeks. Like how Carl Jung retreated to his stone tower in Switzerland.
Wow, a literal stone tower.
And then you return to society. But if you can't build a Swiss stone tower, the rhythmic philosophy is highly effective. You schedule deep work for the exact same time every single day.
So ritual replaces willpower.
Exactly. You are neurologically conditioning your brain to enter a state of depth automatically. It turns focus into a reflex rather than a grueling choice. Oh, and there's the journalistic approach, too.
Which is what? Just rapid switching.
Right, rapidly toggling into deep focus during random free blocks. But that requires a highly trained mind to actually pull off.
You know, the idea of training the mind is where this gets really challenging. I'd assume building focus just means muting phone notifications.
It's so much harder than that. Because we tend to view deep work merely as a habit we practice at our desks, right? But it's heavily dictated by how we treat boredom in our downtime.
Wait, really? How does downtime affect the work itself?
Well, think about when you reach for your phone during minor moments of boredom, like waiting in an elevator.
Oh yeah, I do that constantly.
We all do. But when you instantly swipe away that boredom, you are actively rewiring your neural pathways to find a lack of novelty intolerable. You actually must sit with boredom to train your attention.
So I'm destroying my brain's capacity to tolerate the inevitable frustration and slow pacing of deep problem solving.
Unfortunately, yes. You have to learn to just be bored sometimes.
Wow. Okay, so to preserve that focus and drain the shallows, Newport suggests what he calls fixed schedule productivity. You enforce a strict end to your workday, say 5:30 p.m., and brutally work backward to filter out the shallow tasks.
But it's not just about stopping, it's how you stop. He recommends a very specific shutdown ritual. You literally end by stating the phrase, "shutdown complete," out loud.
Say it out loud, like to an empty room.
Yes. The reason that vocalization matters ties into the Zeigarnik effect. Our brains are hardwired to continuously loop uncompleted tasks in our subconscious.
Which drains cognitive energy long after you've left the desk.
Exactly. So verbalizing a shutdown protocol forces a moment of psychological closure. It stops the brain from background processing work problems.
It signals to your subconscious that the loop is paused and safe to drop.
Right. Which means this isn't just a mere productivity hack, it's really a philosophy of what is actually worth doing in your life.
It redefines the whole concept of downtime. What if rest isn't just the absence of work, but an active investment in your capacity to do better work tomorrow.
That is a huge paradigm shift.
It really is.
Yeah.
So to everyone listening, think about your own routine. How many hours of genuine deep work do you actually do daily?
That's a tough one to answer, honestly.
Right. And which philosophy fits you best? The monastic, bimodal, rhythmic, or journalistic? What would you restructure right now to protect just 90 minutes of daily focus?
I'd also ask if you use busyness as a substitute for true productivity.
Oh, totally. Have you ever tried a digital detox? And what happened to your focus? Consider what kind of profound ideas might finally have the quiet space to surface if you put the shield down and sit with the difficult problems.